I hear the Nets are struggling.
Like it's not surprising. Like the Nets traded away all their depth in fucking defense and
Right.
bigs, and then struggle
will
with no bench and no defense and no bigs. Like,
right. I will say it is rather funny what they've been doing with KD for like the last 2 weeks. Like the man's been tested negative every day. Tested negative twice that day. Like, oh, you was around somebody who had COVID. You got to come out the game and not play for the next week. And it's like, my whole thought was, okay, if that was LeBron, would they take LeBron out of the game?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
To the back. You got to go to the back.
We ain't even talk about LeBron.
Okay. Two things. He's right about one thing. I'm not saying if it was LeBron, ain't nobody taking a nigga nowhere. He could have his Bronny and his wife could be tested positive. He could have just hugged them and kissed his wife for the game. He gonna play that bitch unless he don't want to play. 100%. Number one. That's number one. Number two, at some point with KD, it's like, nigga, stay in the house. What are you doing?
But no, the great thing, no, it was a guy from the staff. So they said he was around somebody from the staff. The net staff.
What are y'all staff doing? Take your asses
home. But they were saying, okay, so the other thing is he had COVID before, like in the summer, I think. So it's hard to get it. Yeah, it's hard to get it again. That's one. Two,
So they say.
Two, they tested him again before the game. He came out negative. That's why he had to come off the bench. Next thing that happens, he has 5 fouls in the third quarter with 9 minutes left. Like, y'all were trying to get this nigga out the game. And then finally he said, you know what? Forget it. You have COVID. We're going to say you have COVID or you've been around somebody, you have COVID protocol, come out the game, go to the back, and you're going to sit out for the next week.
That's some bullshit though. Like I mean, when you connect the dots like that, it's kind of like, you know, I try not to be Hotep conspiracy'd out, but I don't know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on, man. And that's why I said that would not, like, the chain of events that happened. They would have never treated LeBron like 5 fouls with 9 minutes left in the third, and he didn't start. He didn't even come into like 5 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, hey, they ain't got no defense. You gotta do what you gotta do. I see it.
No, but I mean, I get it. But it's like, how many times? Like, he's been tested like twice that day, negative.
all I'm saying is, it's crazy that they have KD, Kyrie, and Harden, and they're still almost kind of like a circus over there. And the Knicks are getting talked about for actually being competitive.
Yeah.
Yo, I was gonna ask, I just watched a video about how raw Quickley's floater is. About how he
saw
shoots.
A Knicks fan post Michael Jordan's fadeaway, Kareem's skyhook, and Quickley's floater.
Yo,
fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Yo, I love that fan's enthusiasm. Yes, and I agree 100%.
Yeah, they say he shoot like 60% floaters. Like they say he even have jumpers. He'll even go up in the jumper form and switch it to a floater.
Yeah, like we watched it. I'm telling you, where you shoot mid range from, he's shooting a floater from there.
Yo, he nice, and he works on it every day. You see him before and after the game, just like on a regular.
If it's from the elbow and in, it's a floater.
100%. 100%.
He's not shooting a jumper unless it's a three. Anything inside the 3-point line is a floater.
You can take a step in floater. Dude, I honestly, it's kind of weird that we've been semi-competitive. I mean, not semi. We've been competitive. We are in the playoff race.
I think we're in the playoffs. And
the crazy thing is, we're 6th seed right now or 7th seed.
It's all because of Randall. Yeah, it is though.
You just love Serena.
Listen, we got Derrick Rose for a reason. Knicks fans be hating me because I be watching, and it's like we have no closer. We can't close any close games.
Nope.
Because we have our two best players are two one-arm bandits that have zero moves. And everybody knows what they're going.
Randall and Barrett have no moves. They're not pure shooters. They're not even quite above the rim players. They're like just below.
They're guys.
Like they're Jags. They're Jags.
They're Jags.
Because if you look at like Zion, or obviously not Zion, let's take somebody else. They compare your boy Barrett to DeRozan. DeRozan had bunnies. He gonna dunk on somebody. He gonna get to the paint aggressively. Like it's almost like Barrett looks for the bump and then I'll finish through contact. I'm like, just jump. You 19. Just jump over that dude. Jump past him. He ain't doing that. It's not what he does. I mean, and then shit, he's what 6'7", supposedly 6'6". Barrett's 6'8". He's not doing it either. He's like, yo, I'm gonna spin move 4 times. He's gotten better with that shit. He's looking for more passes and all that shit. So I think that's been good. But again, what scares me about him is I don't want these niggas to give him a big contract. If we make the playoffs and he's an all-star,
him or Randall. That's what I'm scared about.
Dude.
He's holding y'all together. Y'all ain't nothing without him.
Who?
Randall.
We ain't much with him. But I mean,
I would say this. If they took the reins off Obi and we have D Rose, I would be more than happy to trade Randall right now. I think we can still be similar to what we were. Randall does a lot, but we don't have a real point guard.
I'm trolling, but clearly Randall is a person that doesn't understand his role. And if he did, he'd be 10 times better, obviously. But that's what you got right now.
It is what we got right now. I don't mind them keeping him. Like he could be like a number 3, but he's not even a legit number 2. And he damn sure isn't a 1.
Right. And that's my thing. Like if he like G was saying, if he knew his role, like because he'd be good as a third guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say like, okay, we're really in the hunt now. We re-sign Randall and Barrett. Like I need RJ Barrett to grow some facial hair. I'm tired of him looking like he just came home from Nam.
Yo, low-key, he's like a Simpsons character. Every time I look at him, I see a Simpsons character. Every time I see him.
Simpsons character. I see Vietnam vet, fresh home.
Let that man facial hair live.
Captain's bars. Because he ain't got no facial hair, nice cookie bush. It's like he looks like the 70s. And I'm tired of looking at him.
Now you're tired of how the man look.
I'm tired like come on, man. You haven't grown any facial hair?
You gotta let that man live.
This hoodie reek, man.
Tattoo your face or something. It just can't be a face.
He said, why you look like that?
You want him to get the diamond? You want him to get the diamond embedded in his forehead?
I don't know. He need to go that far.
Yo, quick side note. The Uzi is the weirdest nigga in rap. Could we just officially he is the weirdest, most awkward dude in rap. No cap. Done. Anyways, moving on.
To bring it back to the NBA, the other question I had is y'all think LaMelo balling or he just getting unnecessary publicity?
No, he's cooking. I watched him.
You know what?
He's starting for a reason.
He's cooking, and I mean, like, he is exactly what his father said he is. He big time. He takes shots. He plays with a confidence. It's just like, I know I'm supposed to be here. And matter of fact, I'm better than you niggas. Yeah. And that's you can't teach that shit. If you come in the league as a rookie and think I'm gonna run this league, you may do it. If you really feel it in your heart, and that's how he feel, and I'm like, this is why I wanted. This is why I wanted to get him because he looking like, all right. I'm happy with Quickley though. Like I think we got a good one, but like Ball is definitely he balling. Like I said, I think
only idiots that were like, man, Knicks fans. Some Knicks fans, we don't want him. We don't need him. No, we wanted LaMelo.
We wanted LaMelo. Matter of fact, if he's available, I take him. So what you talking about? Like, nah, I ain't gonna play that game. Like I kept seeing people being like, don't talk bad about Peyton. We gotta support all of them. No, I want him to not start. And if we can get somebody better for him, fine.
You seen they found Alfred Payton's burner account.
Yo, he can wait.
Yeah.
Then he keeps saying this. Then he keeps saying, "Would y'all stop saying I'm overpaid?" He was like,
somebody said, "All right, well, tweet when the game is going in."
Yo,
then he said, "I'm at work."
Yeah,
I be at work, and it was like, "Yeah, you do be at work, nigga."
So what go through a nigga head to do that? Like,
yo, I'm
going that long.
Yo, I'm telling you right now. Listen, I told y'all I met Elfrid Payton. He is the weirdest dude I've ever met as far as an NBA player. I ain't met a whole bunch. That dude is he's not well adjusted to people. I talked to him and it was like I think we were at like a steakhouse. Low key, no one knew who he was. I knew who he was. I was like, "Oh, yo, bro, I pay for the Knicks, right?" He looked at me like he didn't know how to speak. He was just,
"You know who I am?"
Like he was. Yes, what he was. He was shocked. I was like, "Oh, bro, oh, cool shit." And he was just, I'm like, "What's wrong with you, nigga?" Like he
should have called him. You should have called him by his burner.
Yo, I should have. Cause honestly, he acted like he was on the spectrum, dude. I'm like, "You all right?" He was acting weird.
That's crazy when you're the regular person and you're the alpha in the room with an NBA player.
Dude, I couldn't believe how and that's why I knew then he needs to not start. If you have this much anxiety at the bar of a steakhouse eating your food by yourself, something wrong with you. Yeah, he's by himself. He had no chick with him. He had no entourage, no security. He was sitting at the bar with like a hoodie on.
Listen, going to
eating, having some soup and a salad or some crap. He wasn't even eating a steak. I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
Going to eat in New York by yourself.
He was by himself.
When you're an NBA player,
having a soup and salad, no one around, no entourage, no one came. When he left out, no one came to the door to get the door for him, pull the car up, nothing. He may have even walked back to where he was going. I'm telling you right now, when I saw this, I was like, "Nigga, you weird." Like literally, I mean, he spoke back to me and said like he whispered and mumbled something that wasn't audible. I'm like right.
Maybe was he thinking like if people knew who he was, like the bar was gonna go crazy? Like, hey,
ain't nobody gonna give a fuck who you is. And that's why I was shocked. I'm like, do you know who you are outside of this shit? He's rich. Why he don't give a fuck who you is?
I don't know, man. You got the beard, Mike. He might have been intimidated.
Bro, and he remember, mind you, he taller than me, not by a whole lot. So if they call him like he's 6'3", that nigga like 6 foot. Fuck out of here. That nigga, matter of fact, no, I'm 6 foot, so he may have been like 6'1", maybe. But I mean, I was sitting down, but he looked about my height. So I was like, 6'3", nah, nigga, that's a lie. But yo, and then like he walked out, and I was like, "Oh, good luck this season." He kind of looked back and was just like. I was like, "What is wrong?" Yo, he was weird. He even mumbled to the waiter. I was like, how I heard him. He was like, "Yeah, I was like, "Yo, this dude is touched." And it's cool, but like,
it's time for him to go.
Yeah, it's
Elfrid, because his burner account.
That's just funny.
I'm like, either let Quick start or let Rose start. They said this somehow
Rose is going to start.
You think he is 100%?
Yes. Like there's no way Elfrid Payton, like if I'm Derrick Rose and Elfrid Payton starts over me after the first, because I'll give you a week. I'll give you a week because I just got here. But after that first week, if I'm not starting, trade me again. Trade me somewhere else.
Trade me again.
I'm not sitting behind Elfrid Payton.
And honestly, I want him to start because I don't want to take away minutes from Quick. So I'm like, start one of them. If you want to start Quickley and have
Rose and Quickley should be the guards. Elfrid, go sit next to Frank and enjoy yourself.
On the part of the bench that's never called.
Right.
Yeah, over there and be quiet. Now I like that. Them two starting, I think, is what it should be. And then I guess you got to keep RJ because they invested in that nigga. So RJ, and then Spinorama, and then your boy Mitch, and then I mean that's a good lineup. I mean you got some scoring, some shooting. Well, one shooter. The rest of them is iffy at best. I love how
at best.
RJ has a good game. They'd be like, "Yo, see, he's coming into form." No, he's streaky. He'll be 1 for 7 tomorrow. This is what he does. Like,
right.
This is what
like,
he's
he's
gonna do.
inconsistent. Like it's like people sitting like, "Oh, the RJ Barrett haters are awfully quiet." No, we're not.
It's crazy how if you know ball, like if you have a great game, but it's not an everyday thing. You can't look at it like, oh, he's turned a corner. Let him have 20 games in a row of consistent shooting. Even if you miss shots, just the form look good. Because he has times where his shit looks good, and like the very next game, he's airballing from like 15 feet. And you're like, I thought we turned the corner on this. Like,
right.
That's
and that's the thing that worries me, because RJ Barrett playing like that, and then Randall playing, because people also forget, in a contract year, dudes play out of their minds.
It don't count. It almost doesn't count. I'm almost like, okay, he got 18 a year this year. For the last 2 years, he went on 18 a year. I'm almost like, maybe give him 3 years, but at like 15 or 14, I'm giving him even less. I'm like, bro, like, we'll give you the longevity.
I'm letting him walk.
They're not.
Go somewhere else.
They're not. They're not. If he makes the All-Star team, they are not letting him walk. If they don't trade him, he will be a Knick for the next 3 to 4 years. You better just make peace with that shit right fucking now. I hate to say this shit to you. If he is an all-star and they make the playoffs, they are not letting him walk. They will give him a contract, and it may be even worse than 18 a year.
That's what I'm scared of.
Well, that's what's going to happen. So at this point, let's just hope he is what he is, because that's going to happen. I'm hoping they would go lower and be like, yo, we can't afford 18. We're trying to – maybe they hit him with the, yo, we try and get a good player in here. We get somebody we can give the max to. Yo, take 15 for 3 years, 45 mil. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that. Maybe an option after the first 2. But he going to want his money. He going to want to go for like, same thing, if not more, for 4 or 5 years. He ain't a max player. I think they know better than to give him the max. But, I mean, if he – don't make an all-NBA team. Don't have him luck up and be like third team somewhere. Nah, it's over. It's over. You got to pay him.
He's going to Brooklyn.
He can go to Brooklyn.
I'd
rather him. Who's his godfather?
Nash.
Is it really?
Yeah. RJ Barrett?
I mean, RJ Barrett. Oh, RJ Barrett. Yeah, I know. I'm random.
Yeah, RJ Barrett's Canadian. That's why he looks like he's still from down.
Yo, you can't say that, dude. You can't say that.
Don't let that man live.
All I can picture is that green outfit getting out the cab in the 70s when you come home.
He does kind of fit that though. He
looks like
the bush, because you wasn't getting a fresh cut out there. You clean shaven because that's what you do in the military. Damn. You know what? I take it back.
Look at him. Go look at some old photos of some Nam dudes when they came home.
I honestly think he has a point. To admit it, he may have a point. That's fair. I don't hate his face. I think he's all right, Barrett. My only problem with him is fit. Remember when they said, there was talks that, Spider wanted out. He went out of Utah. And I mean, what self-respecting black man wouldn't want out of Utah? But whatever. just keep it a buck. No offense, Utah. Right. No offense, Utah. I won't fucking live in Utah. Anyways. So, there was talks he wanted out. He had to go Bear shit. He was mad about what's going on, whatever. The fans was coming at him about the social justice shit. I'm like, yo, get out of there, bro. I ain't even get out of there. All right. They were saying the Knicks would be interested in a trade. And then there's one piece of that shit that came out, and I was pissed. And they were like, but the Knicks would be concerned about a potential fit alongside RJ. I was like, what? I don't care if you get a carbon copy of somebody like RJ. Move him. What do you mean?
Right.
The fit around RJ. This isn't Zion.
Fitting in with him. He needs to fit in
right.
Like, first of all, Donovan's from New York. So
right. That's what they were saying. He was maybe an option. He from here. Bro, I couldn't believe that. They said a fit. I'm like, fit? What are y'all talking about? No. Ain't no fit. He getting the fuck out of here. What are we talking about? That's the only thing I fear about RJ. Because he gonna be with the team for the next 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They're not gonna let him go. They love RJ. They just do. He can't shoot worth the damn, but they gonna keep him. I hope they don't keep your boy though. They gotta get rid of Randall. They gotta move him. But don't plan on it. Don't plan on it. Don't make that face, Reed.
I don't know why y'all hate Randall so much. He get buckets. He's a stat machine.
You want him back?
Right. Give us Zion for
him. He's so great. You want him back?
Shit, you get to at this point. Who knows if Zion gonna be in the league another 2 years?
We'll take him.
Well, the Knicks will definitely take him. He can shatter. He can shatter his arm, his leg tomorrow. We'll be like, "What do you want?" We'll wait a year.
I worry that the pandemic is probably the worst thing that could happen to him, because you look at every modern, I'm gonna call them the new players, like Reek said, the new blacks.
Yeah,
they all just play video games now, which I fuck with video games, but I also don't get paid millions of dollars to go play basketball at a high level. So there's a lack of concern of their diet and their work ethic, from my point of view, considering when you listen to them talk and be like, hey, what you been doing? I'm just playing games all day.
2K.
Right. Like Anthony Edwards, that's Space Cadet.
Bruh.
Like, y'all see his post game with the Popeyes chicken? He might as well have been Jerry Rice.
Bruh. Yo, PSA for black folks. Can we stop shucking and jiving for Popeye's chicken? Please? Please? No more singing in commercials. No more TikTok bullshit. Stop. We are better than this, people. Have you seen Popeye's commercials? They got a black person shucking and jiving every goddamn week.
I don't really watch TV, so now I don't
really
see commercials.
Every week there's a new commercial on Popeyes where some black person's talking about some.
Right.
What's the newest one with the chick talking about some? This time somebody grandmama fried it up and prayed over it. And shut your stupid coon ass up. Like, what's wrong with you?
Popeyes chicken commercials comes on no matter what game you're watching.
Every game. Every game you go hear about some Popeyes for some black person in they basement or in they living room talking about some, man, this chicken the best chicken I ever had in my life. You know what I mean? Oh God. Yeah,
that's what Anthony Edwards was like in his post game. Man, I got my Popeyes.
Yo, honestly, he physically he's a monster. Yo, he may be one of the dumbest dudes I've ever heard.
The warning red flags that I was giving people about Anthony Edwards is coming to light, because it had nothing to do with ability.
No,
zero to do with ability. It had everything to do.
What did he say that got you? Because I'll give you what I had real quick. Where he was like, yeah, when I'm out the game, I don't really watch. You know what I mean? Basketball games, it'd be boring. I'll be like, this is what you do. And they were like, yeah, I'm not really worried about that. I'm like, yeah, analysts are stupid as fuck. You don't even want to watch your boys play? Forget that you don't want to watch basketball. Your teammates, your boys. You don't want to watch what's going on, watch tendencies, see who's doing what, see who's cooking, who's not. He was like, yeah, I don't even like watching the game. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I would take him still first and be like, who won him? Because I'm like, who won him? You don't watch your own game. But yeah, anyway. Reed, what was it for you? Because
that was part of it. But before that, I was like, okay, when I looked at him in Georgia, I'm like, okay, this is giving me the Markelle Fultz feel, because he's only, all of his highlights are coming when he's down 20. Next, all his highlights are also coming when he's up against a directional school. You know, directional schools, Eastern this, Northern that, Southern this.
Directional school.
That's what they say.
So it's like, you ain't beat nobody good. So it's just like, yeah, you showing out against the directional school, Southern, whatever, Eastern, whatever.
You did say this about Fultz. I remember that shit. You like, it was always either in a blowout or against spotty competition. You did say that shit.
So I'm like, okay, that was the first red flag. And then the more stuff came, I was like, you don't even take the game. Like, he was a clown. Like, he don't take the game serious. Like, when he said, like, I wish I could, like, they don't let you spike a ball in basketball like they do football. So it's like you would dunk and then go spike it so it can go 30 feet in the air. Like that's what you want to do.
You know what it is? He gave me football player vibe, and I'm like, that's a different kind of player. It's different.
The fact that a couple weeks ago he said, I didn't realize Steph was that good. Like, what have you been watching?
Football. That's what he been watching. He wanted to go with football, but he realized I'm better at basketball.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, like I didn't know Steph was good. What? I didn't know he was that good. The greatest shooter to ever live?
Right.
Who's
I didn't know he could shoot like that?
Right.
Who's his vets?
Damn. That hits home. Oh shit. Yeah, who are his vets?
That's another problem with the NBA. There are no vets on these teams. Cat is probably like the oldest player on the team.
What's your boy Luck say? Another lost nigga. That's all the Minnesota team.
The blind leading the blind.
That's all I'm saying. Who's his best, man?
Another bunch of lost niggas. That's the whole squad.
Detective Russell.
Snitch.
Right. The snitch is his old head on the team.
Oh,
Malik Beasley.
Oh my goodness, I can't. Yeah, they in trouble. They need to do something. I thought they were gonna move one of them, but you can't have a team led by D'Lo and Towns. I don't care how cool they are. They cannot be the leaders in your clubhouse. They can't. They cannot. That's why they got this boy out here acting stupid. I didn't know how good stuff was. Somebody should have put him to the side and be like, yo, honestly, dude, talk a little less.
Right, stop talking. Stop talking.
Shut your ass up.
That's why I'm gonna keep asking every time I hear these little niggas say something, man. Who your vet, man?
Right.
I ain't never gonna blame these little niggas no more.
Who's your old head? I'm gonna take an old Beanie Siegel quote. Don't blame me, blame his old head.
Oh my
exactly.
God. That's fair. Yeah, they should be better than I'm thinking about that team now. They should be better, but they're not. It's all between the ears. They should be much better. They should be. If you think about what D'Lo was and the potential that Towns has, they should be top 4, top 5 in the West. Just off talent alone, they should be at least competing at that level. Like I don't even think if they are there right now, you believe in them as like, oh, they're gonna go somewhere. They're not gonna go nowhere. You don't believe.
Who you talking about? Minnesota?
Yeah.
I might think about Minnesota.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't believe in them in their prime. Like
Jimmy.
I didn't
Jimmy
believe
Butler
when
showed
they
me.
had KG.
Jimmy showed me.
Jimmy did expose him. Jimmy absolutely exposed him. He was just like, "Yo, I'd rather go anywhere else because you trash."
Yeah,
and I'm smacking your girl. What's up?
Regardless,
What's
regardless if he was wrong for it, and if he went about it the wrong way, essentially he proved why they'll never be good until something changed.
Yeah, they need something, and it ain't what they got right now. That's a fact. I mean, we can close our NBA talk. So Lakers getting their next ring, Bron getting 5, pretty much done deal.
No.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not going to just give it to him. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not just going to give it to him.
Yeah, I don't see first. Like, I don't think they're as good as people say they are. They've been in a lot of dog fights with a lot of bad teams.
I was seeing that.
And I also think, I think the Lakers believe, and this is why I'm not trying to be Hotep conspiracy man, but I think the Lakers believe that they don't have enough firepower for Brooklyn, which is why I think they're trying to give Brooklyn a harder time and giving them a tougher time to mesh and get chemistry, because they haven't played that many games together yet, the three of them, and it's like always something that like KD is like, oh, we got to be out a week for a COVID protocol because you were around the staff member that had COVID, and it's just like, on top of the fact that you got to rest them, even though Harden, they just trying to make Harden play in the shape. But the other two, like they're
like, we gonna work this Magic City all lazy nigga.
Yeah, we gotta work this Magic City off. Yeah,
like 50 minutes a game.
Right, they gotta play like you're getting in shape.
Work off these wings and lap dances.
Right,
nigga been chilling.
But the thing is, like, I don't think they want them to build that much of a chemistry yet, and I also think that they want to try to make it a harder road for them in the playoffs. They don't want them to have a cakewalk.
I think what it is the NBA won't say it. What they want is LeBron to win this year and next year and somehow stay on long enough to literally pass the torch to his own damn son. I think this is what they want. I don't think his son is that
good for that.
I don't think he is. Well, here, maybe he's not, but then you got like the newest addition to the LeBron think tank, Gilbert Arenas, saying, yo, his son's gonna be like the greatest. So I mean, that hype is getting out there.
The what? The LeBron think tank? What do you mean?
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas is a full-fledged clutch. He's a clutch member. He's a clutch member.
He is.
Like his
nobody takes his take serious.
No, and no. Look at who comes on his show. That gives him the legitimacy. I absolutely take him serious.
It's like he changed his whole Michael Jordan being the greatest till like a month ago, saying, "Oh, here's why LeBron is the greatest," and he mentioned stuff he never mentions before.
And now,
like, he makes the right play. Gilbert Arenas talking about the right play.
Yeah,
1 for a flat man.
Yeah, that's
like come on, man.
He qualified it. He qualified it with he's not the same player as Kobe or Jordan. So for his player type, that is the right play.
But that doesn't make him the greatest. See, he was calling Mike and Kobe. He was saying they're all GOATs, but now he's saying like LeBron is like the GOAT. And it's like, you're a clutch guy. We can always tell. We could tell the media guys. We could tell the media plant. Kendrick Perkins is a media plant.
He is a media plant.
Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright.
Yeah.
Windhorse.
The guys that go for LeBron are so obviously going for him. They never criticize him ever. And that's telling. I mean, even people who love Tom Brady will be like, oh, he's getting a little older. But LeBron is just, he's amazing. Who cares? It's like, I just, nah, bro. I agree. But they're definitely media plants. 100%.
They are. Because think about it. What NBA players send gifts to media?
Good point.
He playing the game. What's y'all mad for?
No, I'm not
mad. We're just saying it's the truth. That's all.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Just acknowledging it. That's all.
Right. So the narratives that come out that are for LeBron or against other players, I think hurt the league. Because while Kendrick Perkins is bashing the Nets and bashing Kyrie and bashing all these other guys, these are guys that are popular that could be helping pass the torch to the league. But while you're sitting there bashing all these guys, making people hate them, you have to keep putting all your eggs in the same basket with LeBron.
That is the thing. Like, if you do that, you'll be in the same boat you were when Jordan left. You need to prop somebody else up now before he leaves, because then it's just going to be all right, a free for all. Right. You don't want that.
They literally bash the players that all the kids like, and then it's going to get to the point where they don't show them that much, and adults are hating on them and whatever. Like I coach AAU. Nobody wears LeBrons. They all wear Kyrie's.
Interesting.
All of shit.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm about to start wearing LeBrons because I feel like at this point, those are better shoes for my knees right now.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're good for for I think a more comfortable.
Well, somebody who's not like doing that shifty shit, right? Somebody,
right? Yeah, I was about to say, because LeBron isn't a shifty player, so I know they built it off of him, but. Kyrie is a shifty player. Kids want to be shifty. Kids are shifty.
I mean, it's hard to be like, pretend you're LeBron and be 6'8", 270. But that shit's hard. Yeah, it's hard to pretend to be that guy. You can't pretend to be that.
But it's almost like when you talk to kids, and this is the thing, like, which is what I don't like, where they're just pushing stuff and not embracing what the P. That's why I think it's hurting the league, because they're not embracing what kids and what people actually enjoy and who they enjoy watching. So when you talk to kids, they'll say LeBron is the greatest because that's what they're just feeding them to think. But if you ask them, like, be honest, who do you really like more? Who do you like more?
You hear way more Curry, way more Kyrie. Like I'm around little kids. I'm like, who y'all like? You like LeBron? Yeah, he really good. You know, he cool. But I like Kyrie, or I like, you know, Curry, or I like somebody else. They don't say dudes like that. They just don't. I think the league should go back to what they did with Magic and Bird and just prop up somebody else to be the opposition, or prop up multiple guys. You know, he's the guy. Prop up multiple people, so then when one of them falls off, you still got 3 other guys.
Right.
Well, the problem is the other guy that is like logically next to prop up is just as old. He's getting there. Like KD is probably logically LeBron's nemesis.
Yeah, but they don't prop them, like, because when you look at the history, like with the Lakers and the Celtics, they propped them both up. Like, these are 2 great teams about to have a collision course, and you can, like, Larry Bird is great, KD is great, but what they do is try to downplay anybody that's opposing LeBron, and then try to, you know, give excuses for when he loses to him.
I mean, shit. Look at the Kobe years. They propped them motherfucking Steve Nash. They propped up whoever they could find to be like. And when they had him and Melo, they propped up Melo. Melo's the up and comer. They propped people up, and that was a great series. And it was like, oh, it was a coming out party of sorts. Like, oh shit, yeah, they boys is nice. Like,
but I think they couldn't hang with the GOAT.
Kobe?
Who, Kobe?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. But Kobe showed the greatness. LeBron doesn't do that. Everybody wins on his watch.
Also true.
Everybody
like
wins.
It's literally been dynasties.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's been dynasties in his watch.
Everybody doesn't win on his watch.
I mean,
that's a crazy thing to say out loud.
The Spurs should have won 2. They just dumbass Danny Green. They should have won 2. The Warriors won 3, and I mean, if dude don't get hurt, maybe they win 4. Like,
there's been dynasties under LeBron.
There have been dynasties. I mean, that's just true. That's a true.
It's a mere mortal. What do you want from the guy?
No. See, this is why I back LeBron fans into a corner.
He's a mere
every
mortal.
time, because I sit there. You call this guy the greatest, yet you're telling me he has 0 chance to win any of these series that you're saying like we just overmatched. Then how is he the greatest? They call Tom Brady the greatest because you don't bet against Tom Brady. Before the Super Bowl,
I mean that's different.
It's different because you have to have 25 guys, 24 guys plus a couple of people on special teams, and obviously starters on both sides of the ball in football. You just need Eli. It's different. No, even bullshit too. He had a nasty ass D lineman of fucking just
but the whole point is
freaks. That was different.
The point is, like, you would never count Brady out. You would never go into a game and say Brady has no chance to win.
Yeah, never. I've never heard that. As much as I hate to do it, never say that.
That's more.
Never say that. But LeBron fans would be like, he had no chance to win that series. But why are you calling him the greatest then?
Because
Brady is more institutional. You know that I mean,
but you're arguing for a guy who impacts the game even less than LeBron. Brady's great, but if his defense does nothing right, he's gonna lose.
Right.
There's no way around it. Like LeBron plays both sides of the ball. He's one guy on the court.
I'm not arguing for Brady. Let's cut that out.
You were
when it comes to basketball, one player has an impact on the game more than any other sport. So, if Michael Jordan was playing and Kobe was playing, I don't care who they were playing against. I'm not saying they don't have a chance to win.
Mm-mm.
You wish they first couple years.
I never said, like, if Michael Jordan, you take get into the finals. So Michael Jordan in the finals against Golden State, I'm probably picking Michael Jordan. I wouldn't say, oh, he's outmatched. He has no shot. He was never going to win that. No way.
What year though? 87? You saying that 87?
No, I said it's finals teams. So any of the finals teams.
And also
he made it to the playoffs.
And here's the thing though, going back to LeBron, going to Jordan, the teams he was getting beat against, that he was getting beat by, these was like Hall of Fame prime teams. Like, these weren't just bums.
The Warriors, they got,
bruh. I'm just saying, the guys that stood in LeBron's way, remember this, on that, what was it, 09, He lost.
Dirk.
To who?
He going to the Hall of Fame.
Nah. Who did? No, in 2009, who did LeBron? Who did they lose to? The Cavs lose to? The motherfucking Magic. Don't tell me. Don't tell me about
Dwight Howard.
He was in his prime, and Dwight was like, "Yeah, no."
But let's stop acting like Dwight wasn't a beast that just fell off.
No, he was, but
he was not. He's not in the GOAT conversation,
right?
At all. He's not even top 20, top 30, top 40.
He should have been a GOAT. He should have been a GOAT.
No. What I'm saying is, but he smoked him, and then who was beating Jordan? Oh, maybe the top 5 point guard of all time, top 2, top 3.
And here's the thing.
I'm just saying, like, think about who he was beating.
And all it took was Mike just give me just one other guy.
Right. Not 2 Hall of Famers, just one dude.
I literally saw LeBron.
Who's the other Hall of Famer?
Pippen.
No, I'm talking about Brown. Who's Brown's other Hall of Famer?
Dude,
pick one.
He's had multiple Hall of Famers. Come on, stop playing.
Oh, you think Chris Bosh? Chris Bosh is a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. Yes.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Do you know what Chris Bosh was before Miami?
Yeah. He was a centerpiece. What do you mean?
25 and 12.
He ain't going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
He'll be Hall
of Fame, as will Ray Allen, granted later in his career, but that's your boy.
Listen, I saw LeBron fans say he's never had a super team.
He's had 2.
I never said that.
3. He's had 3 super teams.
You never said that, but LeBron fans have gone that far to say he's never had a super team.
Let's talk about it. Kevin Love is a Hall of Famer. Kyrie will go to the Hall of Fame. What are we talking
about? I think the Hall of Fame barrier is low.
Not really. Love is nice. Like people like Love was nice. Kyrie nice. Wade nice. Bosh nice.
How about this? And here's the other thing. How about if LeBron didn't reduce these guys so much to be half of what they were because of the way he likes to play?
Facts.
You might have won more.
He made them boys have to be a shell of themselves.
Besides Wade, which he had Shaq, but did they win without him?
Did he win without them?
Yeah, but you can't say he reduced. But you can't say he reduced them.
Like But G, objectively,
that's not fair.
No, but G, objectively though, look at what Love was before he played with LeBron. Wade got hurt, but look at what Chris Bosh was. I was talking about this the other day. Chris Bosh was a star. He was a give me the ball, I can run the offense through me type of star. They told this dude who was great in the paint, yo, go get your ass in the corner because we need to paint clear as we can drive.
Right, because clearly it wasn't working when he was doing it his way.
No, they weren't letting him do it that way. That's a difference. They didn't give him a chance. And you know why they didn't do it? Because LeBron can't stand outside and hit jumpers as a spot-up shooter because he can't shoot.
Right, because
that's why it didn't work.
That's true, but they didn't win. The fact is they didn't win doing it their way.
You can't say that's true and then tell me something else. Like,
but they didn't. But did they win doing it their way?
I'm saying they never tried it.
But did they win doing it their way?
But they never did it that way. But they never tried.
So pretty much they didn't win. Like they didn't win doing it their way.
I look at it this way. It's one thing, like you know, right. Their numbers and stuff are going to go down because you're playing with other stars. That's granted, but it's a way that those numbers are like. I'm not playing my game, and LeBron doesn't allow those guys.
Like their game was trash. Clearly,
Kevin Love was getting 30-30 games.
30, yeah, he was a double machine. Like not a regular double, like a 20 and 20 double.
Yo, but no, well, Chris
he had
Bosh
a 30-30 against the Knicks. I remember. I watched it.
Remember, in one of the interviews after the game, whatever, Chris Bosh said this shit, or maybe they were at a practice. He was like, "Yo, this I'm playing what's really not my game." He said this shit. I don't get touches. I don't get paint touches. I don't get what I usually do. Like I don't get to do it no more.
He also said to Kevin Love, he said, "Kevin Love, you're gonna have it's going to be hard adjusting playing with LeBron."
Because you knew.
Like this is better than him.
That's
but
fine.
It's still like Kevin Love should still be a bully, not a JJ Redick.
Yeah, people had to adjust playing with Jordan and Kobe.
He turned nigga to a 6'8" JJ Redick.
You act like people didn't have to adjust playing with Jordan and Kobe.
Who? They all played their games.
Pippen still did what he did.
You got punched in the
spot-up shooter.
What Jordan said, dude.
Rodman still did what he did. They found guys who fit.
But they ain't do shit anyway. All Rodman did was get rebounds and play D anyway.
Well, he did his game though. That's
his role.
Okay,
that's his role.
Pippen scored. Jordan, that was his game.
Pippen barely scored.
No, don't do that.
When I say barely, hear me out. He barely scored in the sense that but he scored. Because of Jordan.
Reek, why are we even having this discussion? G's just trolling. Like, fuck him. He's just trolling. I'm not doing this no more with you.
But you see, like, G's sound like all the other LeBron fans. Like, when they start getting backed in the corner, like, all right, how's
not backed in the corner, though?
He was bad. Because they can't play that good. Because they trash. Like, that's all he's saying. Like, fuck out of here. Get out of here.
It's like, oh, man, they're not that good. They're not that good. Kyrie ain't that good.
I'm not arguing about LeBron's greatness. I'm just saying, but you don't have to minimize the people he played with to prop him up even greater. Those were great
but I'm not doing it though. I'm literally
saying championships.
I'm literally saying if the argument is they changed their game to win, well, they better change their game to win because they wasn't winning when they was doing what they was doing.
But they're not winning though. LeBron's 4-6. And I'm kind of not counting this bubble championship because how bad Miami is.
Bro, he got
that was fluky.
Chris Bosh got a ring. Kevin Love got a ring.
I mean, you're also saying that you know for a fact they wouldn't have gotten one without that, and we don't know that. I mean, you can't say that would have happened.
But I'm not speaking of hypotheticals because I see it didn't happen.
Well, Chris Bosh stopped playing, so like that don't really count.
I mean, he wasn't doing too hot when LeBron left anyway.
He was second best player on that team before he got Wade was a shell of himself. He was hurt every game.
Wow.
They wouldn't have won without Chris Bosh. I'll say that. The Ray Allen miracle came from who? Chris Bosh.
I'm not disagreeing.
They did. They 100% did.
The block in the corner in Game 7, Chris Bosh.
I'm just saying.
Play your role, bum. Go block the shot for me while I win.
It's just why he won. No one else won.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. Nobody else counts.
That's how it be. It'd be like LeBron got the rings. No one else. He keep
play your role, bum.
I'll be surprised if in LeBron house he got everybody's rings. Just he's like, wait. That's why he got Kendrick Perkins and Richard Jefferson. He still got them niggas rings. He ain't give them to him yet, so they gotta go earn their shit. Go talk about how great I am on TV. All right, LeBron, can I get my ring by the end of the month? We'll talk about it.
And you know the other thing that they do? They sweep his failures under the rug, like his first year with the Lakers.
You know, he
can win with anybody.
Well, not anybody. Let's give him a top 5 player in the league. We just want to be.
Then they tried to say he was hurt that season. Oh, so we're supposed to forget about playoff mode activated, right?
He activated too early. I mean, that's a fact. He activated way too early.
He activated too early. He had a false start.
Still couldn't win.
He activated with like 50 games left, so.
Poor timing.
Playoff mode activated. He couldn't make the playoffs. Then he faked his groin injury again. Because here's the thing. They got mad at Kyrie. LeBron faked the groin injury to try to trade to get AD.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? I'm not playing until he gets here. And they couldn't get it.
Yo.
And they couldn't make the trade happen.
Y'all not lying, but.
Because he did it. Because people forget he did it in Cleveland. I'm taking 2 weeks off Miami.
All I'm saying is, if you control the league like that, why wouldn't you use it to your advantage?
I'm not knocking. Jordan didn't do that though.
Jordan was gambling and playing golf and doing all type of stuff. We would call.
David Stern kicked him out. Basically, kicked him out the league.
I mean,
who
knows? We're skeptical of who kicked him out the league, but
he had a Stern talking to. I'm pretty sure.
We're skeptical on like what really went down, but.
I would say this: has any other superstar had more control of their career than LeBron?
I'll say
no. G. Honestly.
When it comes to picking players,
I'm not. You don't even know what I'm gonna say. You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
If you don't say yes, then there's a problem. This ain't LeBron episode. I'm just saying. If you say it's not LeBron, you bug.
There's a lot more to the control, and I think it has a lot to do with him, Chris Paul, whoever the banana boat them being in control of the union.
Melo gets absolutely
Melo
nothing.
got nothing. Melo got a kick in the ass twice.
Melo gets none of what he
Melo got shipped out by the Knicks. Even we were
not as good. When you're not as good as the king, that's what happens to you.
Chris Paul ain't as good. They kicked Melo out the league for like 2 years.
They let Chris Paul finesse himself into a max contract when he had no knees and can't.
There's a reason Goat James didn't want Melo on this team when he had a perfect opportunity for him to be there, and it made honestly the most sense for him to go to the team.
That's why I don't know why LeBron. I don't know why Melo cool with him. I wouldn't be. Like, yo, nigga, you got Jared Dudley in over me?
Right. They kicked Melo out the league, said his game was outdated while we watched Kawhi Leonard.
Because Melo ain't no locker room leader.
Kawhi Leonard do the poor impression of that game, man.
He ain't no locker room leader like Dudley. He's not a locker room leader like Dudley.
Like Kawhi is so efficient with the mid-range game. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
He's not a locker room leader like Dudley.
You think Kawhi's locker room leader? That's a problem with the locker room. He didn't lead.
I'm talking about Melo.
But I'm saying no. I'm talking about.
I think Melo gets more respect than Chris Dudley. I know that.
Yeah, you do.
Or Jared Dudley, whatever his name is.
Speaking of Dudley, wasn't he the one that wrote that damn book? I hear about this shit.
Yeah.
The 20-page book about we don't think that it was disrespectful for PG to say that he's like LeBron or they're like the Lakers. I'm just like, well, that's fair, but who the fuck are you again?
Right.
What are you
Jared.
talking about? Fucking Jared. I do. Yo,
I'm trolling.
We know you're trolling. I'm done talking about y'all. He's
literally on the team because he's LeBron's friend.
Yo, Dudley, Spencer Dinwiddie. There's a couple of guys. Every time I speak, I'll be like, yo, you shut the fuck up, please. I don't want to hear you speak.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
It don't matter how right they are, too.
You said what?
Dinwiddie wanted his contract in Bitcoin.
Yo, every time you speak, I be like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Too smart for his own. You do know, like, Dinwiddie got like a full ride to Harvard for academics.
I bet he did. It's always the smart ones that say the weirdest and dumbest shit, though. That's the thing. It's always the smart ones.
Y'all laughing now, but when Bitcoin pop off and this kid is a triple billionaire.
I would not want my entire contract to be in Bitcoins.
Maybe not today, no.
He asked for this like 2 years ago. 100 million in Bitcoin.
He's retarded.
Yo, he might be on the side. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, but that back then wasn't the time.
He might be on to something. I don't know.
Everybody gets a check and he gets an email.
One would think he would just take his money and just go buy Bitcoin, which would probably be like easier.
Right.
But...
Like they probably told him, I'll just go do that.
I mean,
it would probably be easier to just go buy it.
Yeah, they probably like, you know what, Spencer?
He's
just go ahead and take the money we give you and go
He's
buy
a classic smart dude. All this book smarts ain't got a common sense in his fucking body, man. That's what he sound like. Every time he speak, I'll be like, dude, you
can buy as much Bitcoin as you want. Like, just
yo, that conversation with the GM, I'm just like, can you get the fuck out of my office? Just get the fuck out. Like, before I take this contract back, get the fuck out and go home. I don't want to see you right now.
It's like, yeah, this guy. Like, they talk about Kyrie. Spencer Dinwiddie is probably a little worse.
He's
Spencer
definitely
Dinwiddie
worse.
Like made his own sneaker.
Yeah, home with crochet.
Yeah, like he made his own sneaker.
I'm done. Like,
and then it's like, pay me in Bitcoin. And they talk about Kyrie taking 2 weeks off for social justice. It's like, he's crazy.
Yo.
Meanwhile, it's like, can my contract be in Bitcoin?
Fucking idiot.
Like, bro, you know you could just buy that shit, right?
You could just buy it. Like,
oh my god, dude. He's retarded, dude. I can't. Fucking Spencer Dinwiddie. Not the smartest guy. Not.
He's too smart for his own good.
You
could just, you take this check and buy.
That's just still too funny. He's like, nah, I want that direct though. What? Why? Like, why would you?
I just buy the Bitcoin for me. What's wrong with that? Like, why can't you guys just do that?
Yeah, there's a process for what you're asking for.
Oh my goodness!
Like, dude, we're not paying you a Bitcoin. Get out of here.
So that's how it be now, I guess.
So y'all think Speaking of the Nets, so they going. So y'all think that's the only threat to the Lakers? That's it? Just the Nets?
I'm low key. I think after listening to Doc talk, and it could be just like
I like Philly.
bias. I like what he's saying about Philly. If what he's saying they actually do, because that's always the other half of being a coach, and Reed can probably speak to it the most. If they execute with what he says, I don't see many teams beating them. Problem is, I don't know if they can do that.
What do you say?
Right.
He pretty much told the team, like, you remember the problem with like Jimmy, where he was like, I don't know who the guy is. He pretty much came in and established that Embiid is the guy, and I don't care what nobody else says. He pretty much told Tobias, stop with the ball, that's not your game. And I guess he's working with Ben to let him know that he can literally do anything, but he doesn't recognize that he can do anything. And I guess that was his take.
Yeah, because you could see, like, when they played the Lakers before LeBron tried to take out Embiid for good.
Here we go with this.
Embiid, like, was destroying the Lakers. Like, they had no answers. Like, nobody has on any team has an answer for Embiid.
They used to say AD, but he ain't strong enough.
He killed AD. Like, he was killing it. AD was too small for him. Too frail. Like, he was bullying him.
Yeah.
Like, it's no answers for Embiid. Like, Philly can beat the Lakers, but I don't know if they have, and they can, if they're locked in, they might be able to beat Brooklyn too, because Brooklyn definitely has no answers for Embiid.
But the problem I have, he gonna average 50 in that series. I'm like, what y'all got over there? DeAndre Jordan? Oh, okay, all right.
Jeff Green.
I'm gonna break that man. That nigga like 6'8". He LeBron side. What are you talking about?
Right.
you a small forward. What are you doing? You out of position, bro. Nah, I do. I mean, I like them. I'm gonna tell you why they have a problem. They have a 6'10" problem. He
Ben
is
Simmons?
a fraud. This man can't shoot. You need shooting in the playoffs.
But that's the thing. Like with what Doc was saying,
you're not gonna win a game. This is not the 90s. You ain't gonna win with a dominant center. You got somebody got to shoot. Somebody
they got shooters.
They got shooter. That's the thing.
Not spot up. I mean, get you a bucket shooter. No,
I don't watch them, so like y'all can definitely correct me. But from what Doc was saying, Ben gives up a lot of his game to try to get everybody else involved. But he's not a true point guard, and it's time to stop playing him like a true point guard.
I agree with that.
I agree with that a lot.
And if they can do that, I think Ben now is in his element.
Right, because that's the other thing. Nobody's really going to stop Ben either if he decides to be aggressive.
Yeah, if he does the Giannis thing, honestly, I think he could be Giannis, like maybe a poor Giannis, because Giannis is going to get those calls, but.
You think he could be close to Giannis?
I think he can. If he goes to the hole like that, and who they gonna have? They gotta have.
If he's, I don't know if he's be better at being Giannis than Giannis, but
a poor man's Giannis.
Right. If he's aggressive,
maybe
it's not really much you can do with him because he's 6'10". So
he is 6'10",
and he's athletic, and that's the thing. Like it's like, hey, we're gonna go through Embiid, but when it's time, you need to just go. You can just go.
Yeah, but essentially be a point forward.
Yeah,
like a wing player and point forward. And if Embiid gets it and you cut to the hole, they gotta respect it. And hopefully Tobias and the other boys can hit shots.
Because the thing is, what he's doing that Brett Brown dumbass was doing that Doc isn't doing. Brett Brown played like three bigs. Like Brett Brown would have Embiid, Horford, and Ben Simmons out there.
Nah, that's
right. Doc is like, okay, Ben can't shoot, so I'm just gonna have Ben out there is kind of like a big man, like a point forward, and Embiid. Everybody else is shooters. Tobias can shoot, Seth can shoot, Danny Green can shoot. That's how we're gonna keep the floor spaced out. But the only two people that's gonna do anything in the paint is Ben and Embiid.
I mean, you kind of have to because, I mean, Ben's lack of shooting means you need maximum shooters around him. I think you have to start him, but then you have to have everyone around him that can shoot.
In a way, they're kind of built like the Lakers. LeBron can shoot better, but Ben kind of plays a LeBron role. Embiid plays like the AD role, but he does AD better than AD. Like especially this year, he's like just better than AD.
There was a time they were like, who's the best big man in the? It's Embiid.
Like
there was a time when there was like, yo, they're kind of no, it's Embiid now, 100%. Like there's no debate.
Yeah, it ain't even close.
He's a monster. You should have been.
Yeah, they changed it up, man, and they stopped. They get. I think the other problem they had last year was like not having Ben move after he gave Embiid the ball. Little stuff like that. I think kind of changed it, especially like Reek was saying, if they're going to be like the two big men. Get him more wing like.
I mean, I would love to see them win. I would love to see Doc win. I always want to see black coaches win. I feel like there should be way more of them in the league that's 90% black, talking to black men all the time. I would think you should have more of them. But I want to see Doc win. I don't mind seeing Philly get a championship. It'd be a nice break.
Y'all don't think the Clippers? You gotta think they're.
I was going to ask y'all, no one said the Clippers.
I think the Clippers got a shot.
I think so as well.
We'll see though.
When they ship Pat Bev and Lou Will out, they'll really be in the money, baby.
They ain't getting rid of them boys. I think it comes down to P. Playoff P has to actually show up and not be pandemic P. He has to show up and do his thing. If he shows up, I think they have enough to beat the Lakers. I think they do. I don't know if he got that dog in him. I mean, it's been a couple playoff series in a row now. He just ain't showing it.
He's out to prove it. He's been tired of people disrespecting him, so we'll see.
The way you say that,
like he don't have a confidence in my man. I mean, he better be mad.
The way you casually say that.
Jared Dudley out here disrespecting him, man. He better do something about it. Jared Dudley wrote a book about your ass.
Devin Booker called him soft, and it's like, you haven't even been in the playoffs. And it's like, no, I'm still tougher than playoff.
He did call him soft, yo. I'm like, yo, P, you better pull a Melo, go catch that dude by the bus. Like, listen here, young boy. We have a conversation.
You gotta draw a line in the sand somewhere.
Yo, I mean, like, he is kind of soft. Like, he's not. I expect him, especially being known for defense. I just automatically associate people being known for defense as not being soft. I don't know where that went. I mean, maybe I guess you could say he broke his leg, but
I mean, but he's going for defense because he's long. Like, that's why. Like, he got long arms and he's 6'10". They play him at shooting guard sometime. Like, that's why. You playing against a six? Okay,
regardless, I just never expect you to be that soft.
Right? He can lock up. He can play defense.
Yeah, he can. Unless it's Damian Lillard, apparently.
Well, yeah, according to him, like, that was a bad shot. I don't care.
It's not a good shot.
It ain't a bad shot for him.
Not a good shot.
Ain't a bad shot for him.
That man was short. He like, that's not a good shot, guys.
Like, I don't care.
It was a bad shot.
It's a bad shot.
It's not the question. He did it to you 3 plays ago.
Right. He just made it.
That shit was, I would never not be funny. He was so mad. He's like, yo, but it's a bad shot though, guys. I'm like, yo, he did it 2 plays ago.
Right. He's been doing it all season.
He does it all the time. He just, no, bad shot. It's
not a good shot. Not a good shot. I don't care what anybody says. That wasn't a good shot.
Oh, shit. Yep. That's funny.
Your ass going home.
Right. Yep. Good shot to him. You gonna tell Steph that too? Right.
Right.
No, I don't care how far you shoot it from. It's not a good shot.
It's a bad shot. It's a bad shot. No, he's too far back. Bad shot. It's a bad shot.
Too far.
Oh, that's funny shit.
Playoff.